Hi, good day all of you. Today we are going to discuss about how to write a C program by using escape sequence characters. Okay, now we will start writing a sample C program and we will explain in detail. Then we go for escape sequence characters. I told you clearly while writing C program we need to follow structure of a C program. In the previous class, we discussed about structure of a C program. It contains multiple sections. If you have any doubt, please refer lecture 7 video so that you can understand what is structure of a C program and how to write a base program in a C program language. So I told you while writing C program, we need to follow some mandatory steps. Mandatory steps means compulsory steps. First one is document session. I told you document session is not mandatory but recommended to use document session in every C program by the experts. As a good programmer, we need to use document session in your C program. Document session is also called as comment session. In document session, we can write documentation. Documentation in the sense some information about the program or about the author, the person who is writing the program. Suppose I am going to write a C program to find addition of two numbers. So in document session, what we can write? This program gives addition of two numbers. Suppose I want to find factorial of a given number. Then in documentation we can write this program we can write to find the factorial of a given number. Matrix multiplication. This program gives matrix multiplication. Like that we can write any information. Documentation in the sense any information which is related to program generally. Program generally. So documentation is also called as comment session. Comment session. There are two types of comments we can use in every C program. Single line comment session, multiple line comment session. So if your documentation contains only one line, then we can use single line comment session. Single line comment session starts with a double slash. And if your documentation contains multiple lines, then we can use multiple line comment session starts with a slash star followed by star slash. For example, my so in this program I am going to print a message hello world. I am going to print a message simply hello world. So for that what I can write in document session, this program print message hello world. So how many lines of documentation it contains? Only one line. So if your documentation contains only one line, then we can use single line comment session. Single line comment session starts with a double slash. So double slash. This program prints message hello world. So this is the first part in every program we need to write. Suppose in this program, suppose if you are going to find biggest of two numbers, biggest of two numbers, then what we can write in documentation? This program gives biggest of two numbers. Here I am going to find biggest of two numbers. Here I am going to write biggest of two numbers. Anything. There is no need to follow some same format in your own language, and that is generally understandable by all human beings. You can write some description about the program. This is the first part we need to remember while writing C program. Yes, in this program I am going to print message hello world. That's why I have written this program prints message hello world. So it contains only single line. We can use a single line comment session. Single line comment session starts with the double slash. In the previous class, lecture number 7, we already discussed in detail about the structure of a C program. You have to follow the structure. Okay. So suppose sir, my documentation contains only one line. Can I use a multiple line comment session? Yes. Multiple line comment session starts with the slash star ends with the star slash. Yes. For single line comment session, you can use double slash and also you can use slash star. Okay, but remember, if you use single line commutation double slash, means suppose if I use single line commutation double slash, the meaning is entire line. When compiler reads double slash, entire line can be treated as documentation. Entire line can be treated as documentation. Documentation is only for the human purpose, not for the computer purpose, like that compiler understands. Suppose if I use slash star, then ending must be star slash. Suppose if I forget to place star slash at the end of the documentation, then what happens? Then entire program can be treated as documentation only. Remember this point. While using multiple line commutation which starts with the slash star and it must ends with the star slash. If I forget to use star slash at the end of the comment session, then entire program can be treated as documentation. Means entire program can be treated as documentation, means everything should be for the compiler computer understands that this program is only for human purpose, not for the computer purpose. Okay, understand? Yes. So if you want to use slash star, and it must be ends with the star slash. But according to norms, it contains only single line. Single line computation starts with the double slash. So this is the first thing we need to write in every C program. Every C program, you just keep comment section like a double slash and write some description about the program. That's enough. Second part, which is mandatory in every C program, is called linking session. I told you clearly. Linking session can be used to define necessary header files. Header file contains dot extension h. For example, stdio.h, standard input output header file. Conio.h, console input output header file. I told you stdio means standard input output header file, which contains meaning of. What header file contains? Header files contains meanings of or definitions of predefined functions like printf, scanf, gets, clr, cr. All these are called predefined functions, and this topic we will discuss in functions topic. Don't worry, till that time remember that printf and scanf. Printf is called standard output function. Scanf is called standard input function. So if you want to use printf or scanf in your program, then you must include stdio.h. So without printf, you cannot see output. In every C program, we must use at least one printf. That's why I am using hash include stdio.h. Then main function. Without main function, we cannot write a C program. Main function represents start of the C program, and I told you while writing main function, you simply use void main until functions topic. Until functions topic, you remember void main. And I also told you main function is always followed by the open curly brace, and open curly brace is always followed by the closed curly brace. So these are the mandatory parts in writing a C program. Any C program, remember my dear students and friends, any C program, while writing any C program, we need to follow these mandatory steps. First one is write document session, means double slash, some documentation about the program, some description about the program. Then linking session, one one header file is mandatory in every C program, that is called stdio.h. It contains the meanings of printf and scanf predefined functions. So if you want to use printf function or scanf function in your C program body, then we must use the header file stdio.h. Without printf function, we cannot see the output at the output screen. So in every C program, we must use at least one printf. So printf definition is available in the header file stdio.h. So the corresponding header file must be included by using hash include. Then after third step is main function. Without main function, we cannot write a C program because main function represents the start of a C program. So This is void is called return type of the main function. Void is called return type of the main function. This we will discuss at the time of functions. Until the time, main means you remember void main function. Function bracket is open parenthesis, closed parenthesis represents symbolic for function brackets. Then main function is always followed by open curly brace, and open curly brace is followed by closed curly brace. The space between open curly brace of a main function and a closed curly brace of a main function is called body of the main function. Body of the main function. Body of the main function. In this body, you can write any number of statements which we are going to solve our problem. The steps are used to solve our problem. In this program, what is my problem? I want to print some message hello world. I told you clearly, if you want to print something, if you want to print something at the output screen, we need to use one printf function, printf. Yes, it is called predefined function. How to use printf? You see, I want to print some message property. I am going to use printf. Function means open parenthesis, close parenthesis. That I will tell you. So by using printf, what you are going to print? I am going to print a message hello world. Whatever the message you want to print at the output screen, that message should be inside the double quotation of printf. What message? Hello world. That should be inside the double quotation. Open double quotation, hello message, double quotation. Here printf open parenthesis bracket, then closed parenthesis bracket, semicolon. In C language, generally every statement ends with semicolon. Semicolon represents end of the statement. This is called program. So while writing any program, you need to remember documentation. Hash include stdio.h, void main function, open curly brace and a closed curly brace. These are the mandatory parts. Now, the program which is created by the user, the program which has written by the user is called the source program, or also called high level language program. What is meant by high level language program? The program which is easily understandable by the human being is called the high level language program. Generally, high level language program contains English alphabets. Correct or not? Yes. After creating program, we must save a program. After creating program, we need to save the program. Assume I am going to save this program by using hello with the dot extension C, because dot extension C represent is a C program. So I saved this program by using hello.c, and the program which is created by the user is called high level language program, means which is only understandable by the human being. We are writing this program in computer, but this program cannot understandable by the computer, because computer understands only machine level language program which contains only zeros and ones. Means what I am telling you, human can write a program by using user understandable language program, that is called English. That is called high level language program. This high level language program cannot understandable by the machine or computer. Machine understands only machine understands only machine level language program that contains only zeros and ones. But as a user, I don't know how to write a program by using machine level language program which contains zeros and ones. So what I need, suppose for example, I knows only English. Another person knows only Tamil. I don't know Tamil. Tamil person don't know English. So if I want to communicate with the Tamil person, what I need? I need a mediator. I need a translator. I need a broker. Simply we can say translator, mediator, broker, who translate my English language into Tamil and Tamil into English language. Like that, here also I need to translate this high level language program, English level language program, into zeros and ones level language program. What I need? I need a translator. The translator is called the compiler. That is the second step. After writing program, we need to give this program to compiler, which translates this English language program into zeros and ones level language program. Correct or not? So how to communicate with the compiler? So if you want to call the compiler, if you want to call the compiler, and if you are using Windows operating system, so you can communicate with the compiler by using command like Alt F9. I need to press Alt plus F9 or Alt C. When you press Alt F9, Alt F9 is for compilation. Compiler starts translating high level language program into machine understandable language program which contains zeros and ones. Before translating high level language program into machine understandable language program or user understandable language program into computer understandable language program, first of all compiler checks for the errors. If there exists any error, compiler cannot translate user understandable language program into machine understandable language program. So it checks for the errors. If there is no error, if there are no errors, then compiler starts translating English language program into machine understandable language program. While translating English language program into zeros and ones level language program, compiler does not touch the documentation, because documentation is only for the human understandable purpose, not for the computer. Good to petkondi. Okay, remember. Yes. Assume this is called now this is translating same this program print message hello world. So now here so now compiler converted English language program into zeros and ones language program, except documentation. Documentation cannot touch it by the compiler. So after converting English program into zeros and ones program, compiler renamed this program. What is the name of the program? Hello.c. It renamed the program by using same name hello with the dot extension obj. OBJ stands for object program, which contains only zeros and ones. After converting ABCD program, English language program into zeros and ones language program, this is called object program. At the same time, compiler gives this object program to the linker. There is no need to press any separate button for the linking purpose. So linker takes the object program. Linker takes the object program, it links with the library files, header files. It links with the header file, then some header file is there, correct or not? After linking the object program with the header file only, it produces one more file that is called hello.exe. Means after Alt F9 what happens? How many files are going to produce? Two more files, same name with dot extension obj and dot extension exe. Exe stands for executable file. We can execute only executable file. So this must happens at the time of Alt F9 after writing program. That is the reason why we are pressing Alt F9. Alt F9 is for the compilation purpose. When you press Alt F9, compiler takes the high level language program and converts into machine level language program, which contains only zeros and ones. Now after Alt F9, we go for second step. That is, now we have .exe file. .exe stands for executable file. .exe stands for executable file. Now we can execute the executable file by using runner. To compile the program we need compiler. To execute the program we need runner. To compile the program we need compiler. To execute the program, execute means it executes program and gives output. So to execute the program we need to use runner. To activate runner we need to use control F9. To activate the runner we need to use control plus F9 or alt plus R. This is the command we are going to use to execute the program. So when you press control F9 or alt R, these are for the execution purpose. Runner can execute only body of the main function. Remember this point. Runner executes body of the main function. Body of the main function means the space between open and close curly braces or main function. So when you press control F9 or alt R for the execution purpose, runner comes to first line of the main function which contains printf. Remember. So when runner comes to printf, it goes to header file section, linking section. It opens the header file and it looks for the definition of printf. I told you printf is a predefined function and whose meaning is available in the header file stdio.h. So when compiler reads, when runner reads the predefined function, it goes to header file and it opens the header file. In this header file, there is a meaning for printf like this. This contains, it gives instruction to the runner, hello runner, please go to output screen and print the text whatever exists in the double quotation of printf. That is the meaning of printf. Now, after opening, it understands the meaning and it comes back to the printf. It goes to inside. Starting double quotation represents start of the message. Now, runner can print character by character only. So it comes to next position. What is here? H. Assume this is the output screen. Assume it is the output screen. Here what it prints, what is the first? Assume it is the cursor position. While runner printing character, that character must be printed at the output cursor position only. Assume cursor position is here. Now what is the first character? Runner can print only character by character, not message by message. Character by character. What is the first character? H. So runner can take H and prints at the cursor position. It moves cursor one position right. Again it comes back. What is the second one? E. So it prints E and moves cursor one position right. Again it comes back. Then it prints L and it moves cursor one position back. And again comes next one. That is again also L. Cursor position move back. Next one is O. It prints O and it moves cursor one position right. Again it comes back. Here what is there? Space. Space is also one character. It prints space as it is, and again next character like that. WORLD cursor. After D, what is there? Second double quotation. Second double quotation represents end of the context, end of the message. So when compiler reaches and runner reaches end of the double quotation, immediately it goes to semicolon. Semicolon represents end of the statement. When compiler goes to reaches end of the statement, that is called semicolon, it goes to next statement, generally in the next line. What is there? End of the main function, close curly brace. So when compiler reaches and runner reaches end of the close curly brace, then runner stops processing. So this is a way of executing a program. And remember, to execute a program we need a runner. Runner can execute only body of the main function. Now the output contains hello world, but runner doesn't show output to the user because I did not intimate runner to show the output, right? So to see the output which exists at the output screen, I need to press one more command, that is called Alt F5. Alt plus F5 to see the output. Then it shows output and it contains hello world. So this is the program. This is the way of writing a C program. Now you see clearly. Now you see clearly. Suppose I am using two printf statements. Printf hello world. Again I am using printf hello world. Now what is the output? Same. This is called high level language program, source program. So I need to translate English language program into machine level language program. For that I need to use compiler. To activate compiler I need to press Alt F9. So when you press Alt F9 or when compiler activates and it tries to translate English language program into zeros and ones level language program, it produces .obj and at the same time .exe. Now I need to use Control F9. Control F9 is for execution. So when you press Control F9, runner activates and executes only body of the main function. Now when you press Control F9, runner comes to first line of the main function. What is it? Printf hello world. Assume this is the first program I am writing, fresh program. Output string. Assume it is the output string. So printf, I told you whatever exists in the print, the responsibility of printf is when runner reads printf, it is a predefined function. The responsibility of runner is it has to print the information which exists in the double quotation as it is. What is there in the double quotation? Hello world. It prints character by character. So first it prints HELLO space double ORLD cursor. From here it comes here. After D, what is there? Second double quotation, which represents end of the statement. Then it goes to semicolon. Semicolon represents end of the statement. End of the double quotation means end of the message. When it reaches end of the message, it goes to semicolon. Semicolon represents end of the statement. When runner reaches end of the statement, it goes to next statement, which generally exists in the next line. Again, it is printf. Again, runner has to print the message which exists in the double quotation as it is. What is there in the message? Hello world again. Where now? The point is where now again runner can print character by character at the output screen. Yes. What is the first character? H. Where it is going to print? I told you, runner can print information at the cursor position only. At the cursor position only. This printf is exists in the next line. Means runner has to print in the next line? No, not exactly. Wherever you write printf, the meaning is runner has to print message which exists in the double quotation, and that message should be printed at the cursor position only. Now where is the cursor? Behind D. Yes. Now runner takes H and prints at the cursor position H here. Again ELLO space double ORLD cursor. After D, double quotation, end of the message, semicolon, end of the statement, next line, end of the main function. Closed curly brace represents end of the main function. Then means stops the process. So here what I am doing, I have written two printf statements line by line. Remember one point. After the semicolon, you can also write same printf statement behind this here also. Means in single line, we can use multiple statements by using semicolon as a separator. Remember this point, very, very important point. In a single line, we can use multiple lines by using semicolon as the separator. No problem. Okay. Yes. No. Sir, I want to print. My question is, after printing hello world, first hello world in the first line, then cursor is here. I want to print second hello world in the second line. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. How it is possible? Sir, printf I have written in the second line only, but message is going to print in the first line only based upon the cursor position. Remember, runner can print, the responsibility of runner is what? It needs to print character by character at the output screen at the cursor position. So if you want to print second hello world in the second line, what I need to do? I need to move cursor position at the output screen from the current position to start of the next line. I need to move cursor position at the output screen from the current position to behind D to start of the next line. Then runner can print next character to the cursor position which exists in the second line. So if you want to move cursor at the output screen from one position to another position, remember this point, very, very important topic. If you want to move cursor position at the output screen from one position to another position, we need to use escape sequence characters. Shall we see the topic? Yes. You see, now I am going to write a program by using escape sequence characters. So while writing program, first one I told you, document session, program by using escape sequence characters. Escape sequence characters, I told you clearly. Escape sequence characters are using like /n, /r, /t. These are using to move cursor at the output screen from one position to another position. Yes. So after documentation, what we are going to use? We need to use hash include stdio.h. One header file is mandatory, that is the stdio.h, which stands for standard input output header file, which contains the meaning of standard input function that is called scanf and a standard output function that is called printf. Why these are called input and output functions, we will discuss later. Then after, what we need to write? Void main followed by open curly brace followed by closed curly brace. Correct or not? Correct or not? Yes. So here I am going to write again printf hello world. Again I am going to use printf /n hello world. You see what happens. Remember, in the previous program I have written only printf hello world, printf hello world. What is there at the output screen? In the previous program, the output is like this: hello world, hello world, cursor is here. If you execute this program, runner shows output which the output screen already contains hello world, correct or not? The output screen is already contains hello world and hello world. Remember this point. Okay. So this is called high level language program. Then Alt F9, then Control F9. Control F9 is for execution. So when you press Control F9, runner comes to first line printf hello world. You see, now where is the cursor position? Assume the cursor, assume there is no output. This is the fresh program. Now what happens? Printf hello world, printf hello world. What happens now? Runner prints message hello world at the output screen. Hello world cursor. After printing D, it comes here, double quotation, semicolon, next line. Yes, before printing hello world, second hello world, remember, before printing second hello world or after printing D of the first hello world, I need to move cursor from here to here, correct or not? Before printing hello world, second hello world, I need to move cursor from current position to next line. Then if you want to move cursor from one position to next line, start of the next line, we need to use /n. We need to use /n. It is called new line escape sequence character. New line escape sequence character. Okay, printf again, it comes here. So inside the double quotation, whatever it is, runner has to print at the output screen as it is. Now what is there? /n. Yes. So when runner reads /n, it understands that it is not a normal character. It is called escape sequence character because escape sequence character starts with the // backslash, like this, /n. So when runner reads /n, it knows the meaning of /n. So it understands that, oh, he has used /n means I need to go to output screen, I need to move cursor from here and I need to place in the start of the next line. And after placing, it comes again here. After /n, it goes to next character H. So it prints character as it is, HELLOWORLD, cursor. Again it comes back, double quotation, end of the message, semicolon, end of the statement. It comes to next line, end of the main function. Correct or not? Correct or not? Yes. Remember this point. Remember this point. Understood? Yes. Suppose, no, I don't want to use /n. I want to print message side by side. I want to print message side by side. So if you, to print message side by side, you can use horizontal top escape sequence character, that is called /t. So if you use /t like this, what happens now? First printf means it prints message hello world and cursor is here. It comes next to printf. It is there /t. /t means horizontal tab. Horizontal tab means when runner reads /t in the printf function, it understands that /t means horizontal tab. So I need to move cursor at the output screen 8 steps right side, like 8 spaces. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 like this, 8 spaces. Then it prints message like that, HELLOWORLD like this. So slash t is called horizontal tab. Horizontal tab. Okay. Now instead of slash t, I am going to use slash r. Slash r. Slash r means carriage return. Slash r means carriage return. So when runner reads slash n, cursor moves from the current position to start of the next line. When runner reads slash t, then it goes to output screen. Runner moves cursor from the current position to 8 positions right side, 8 spaces right side. So when runner reads slash r is nothing but carriage return. Carriage return. Then compiler runner moves cursor from the current position to start of the same line. For example, this is the program. I execute this program. Runner comes to first line, printf hello world. Printf means it has to print the message whatever exists in the double quotation. What is there in the first double quotation? Hello world. So runner prints message hello world. Now cursor is here. Again it comes back. Runner comes to, after printing d, it comes here. What is there? Double quotation ending, second double quotation, which represents end of the context. Then it goes to semicolon, end of the statement. So when it reaches end of the statement, it goes to next statement obviously. Again it is called printf. Again it goes inside the printf. What is there in the first character? Slash r, carriage return. When runner reads slash r, that represents carriage return. Runner goes to output screen and it takes the cursor from here. It moves to start of the same line. This is the starting character, right? So that is the starting character, right? So it places the cursor at the same position. Placed. Then it starts next. What is the next one? H. So now it takes H from the printf. It goes to here. What is there? He already existing character H only. Runner doesn't take care of what is the existing character. First of all, it removes the already existing character. It places the current character H. After printing first current character, it moves cursor one position right. After moving, it comes back. So what is the second one? E. Again, it goes to cursor position. It removes the current character. It places the current character H and it moves one position right. Again, L will be removed. L places hello world. Same hello world got hello world. And finally, one cursor position, double quotation, semicolon, next line, end of the main function. So here you see. I have used two printfs and going to print two hello world messages, but because of slash r, runner can print only one hello world, because slash r means after printing first hello world, runner see the slash r which represents carriage return. Because of the carriage return, again runner moves cursor from the current position to start of the same line. Okay, by using these escape sequence character, please try to write some programs. Okay, and next one is slash r. Okay, next one is, okay, remove this one. So assume output screen contains some hello world, hello world, hello world. I want to clear the output screen. I want to clear the output screen. I don't want to see the result of the previous outputs, result of the previous programs. Then if you want to clear the output screen, you can use CLR SCR here like this. CLR SCR, clear the output screen. Okay. Then now you see printf hello world. Assume previous program outputs are like this. Assume this screen already contains hello world previous program output like that. Now this is called I told you, if you want to use CLR SCR, clears the output screen. So CLR SCR is a predefined function. CLR SCR is a predefined function whose meaning is already available in the header file conio.h. Conio.h means if you want to use CLR SCR in your program body, then you must include #include conio.h. So that's why what I'm doing, I'm going to use one more header file that is called #include conio.h. Generally stdio for printf function, scanf function. Basically conio.h is for CLR SCR function and getch function. I will tell you the benefit of getch later. Okay. So then after linking session, void main, open curly brace, CLR SCR, printf. I want to clear the output string of the CLR SCR. Then printf hello world. Now what happens, you see? Assume already desktop output screen contains previous program output that is called hello world. So after writing enter program, I need to press Alt F9 for compilation, then Control F9 for execution. When you press Control F9 is for execution. Runner executes only body of the main function. It comes to first line. What is there? CLR SCR. It is a predefined function, and the meaning is already available in the header file conio.h. So it checks the header file is available or not. It is already available. So CLR SCR means what? Clear the output screen. So when runner reads the CLR SCR function in the first line, it goes to output screen and it clears the entire output screen. Whatever exists, no problem. Runner clears output screen and it moves cursor at the starting position. That is the benefit of CLR SCR, clears the output screen. So CLR SCR is clears the output screen and it is called predefined function. The meaning is available in the header file conio.h, console input output header file. Console means related to output screen. Then CLR SCR is related to output screen, correct or not? So that's why the meaning is available in the header file conio.h. So if you want to use CLR SCR, you must use conio.h in your present program. Okay. Then after first line, it comes to next line. What is there? Printf hello world. Then runner print message hello world. Now I want to print message hello world. Remember this point. Very important point. What is the output here? Hello world, right? I want to print this hello world message within the double quotation. Within the double quotation. I want to see the output like that. You see, here I am going to write, you see, like this. CLR SCR, no problem, clear the output screen. Printf hello world, like that, close. You are writing hello world in the double quotation only, but runner doesn't take care of double quotation because starting double quotation of printf represents start of the message. Second double quotation represents end of the message. Even though if you write hello world in the double quotation, but runner is printing only normal hello world except double quotation. So if you want to print double quotation at the output screen, wherever you want to print double quotation at the output screen, there itself you can use slash double quotation. So before H, I want to print double quotation, right? Then before H, you need to use slash double quotation. After D, I want to print double quotation. Then after D, what I need to use? Slash double quotation. So this is also one of the escape sequence character. So these are the few types of escape sequence characters generally we are going to use in every programs. Generally we use slash n, which is called new line escape sequence character, and slash t for horizontal tab. So this is the way of writing program by using escape sequence character. Remember, my dear friends, while writing program, there are few mandatory steps. Documentation you write, it is some information about the program by using double slash, and hash include stdio.h is mandatory. Hash include conio.h also you write, no problem, which contains meaning of CLR and getch. Then main function, open curly brace, close curly brace. This is called body of the main function. In this body we can write any number of steps. Those are going to solve our problem. Hi my dear friends, thank you for subscribing my channel. So please, if you like this video, please subscribe and share this video to your friends and ask them to subscribe. Thank you for your cooperation, and please comment if you find any difficulty in this video. Please comment so that I will solve the problem. Okay, thank you very much.